Mexico. My name is Felipe Rangel. I'm a founder of I Am Prosperity. I'm not sure if you all also did get to hear what Julian had mentioned, but regardless, I'll go ahead and reintroduce myself within today's presentation. I am super excited to be here to be serving you all as a business owner and content creator. I really want to be able to provide you um, the breakthrough that you need to help take your business, your brand, or your content creation to the next level. And so with that, I'll go ahead and bring on um, my slides here. But before I do that, I do want to ask for those who are here tuning in live, those who are here on our live chat, let me know what your key takeaway was from day one, right? So let me know, put in the comments, let me know what your number one key takeaway from day one was. Because honestly, shout out to our three VIP speakers, Julian Smart Ripple, Brandy Pratt, and James Uplifting Edwards, who dropped some gems y'all yesterday. And I think really if you apply literally one of those key principles that they shared with you, I guarantee you that your business is going to exponentially grow. All right. So let me go ahead and bring up my slides. Let me know, King, if you can see. Let me know if you can see that. I just want to make sure. Maybe
Yeah,
give me a thumb.
everything looks clear, King. You're good to go.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. 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 All righty. So let me know if make sure you come on, please, because I can't really see. I'm only going to be able to see my slides here, but I'm going to assume everything is good and I'll just go ahead and get started. So again, thank you so much everyone for being here. In the next 45 to 60 minutes, I am going to help talk about my signature talk titled Become the Authority and Attract Your Audience. And I think this is very important to think about and even try to work on, because I think for many business owners and content creators, a key mistake that they make is that they try to create their offer, their product or service, right? And they put it out there into the world. But what happens is, rather than focusing on doing that, what you should focus on is becoming the authority so that you attract your audience, right? When you think of a someone who's has a heart issue, right? They are gonna go directly to the heart specialist, right? A specialist, an expert, a professional, someone who is the one who has the answers, right? And so if you can position yourself as that authority, as that expert, as that subject matter expert, you will automatically attract people who are happy and ready to buy from you, who are happy and ready to work with you. And so, if you in the next 45 to 60 minutes accept me as a coach, as a mentor, I'm going to help provide you with the insights that are going to unlock breakthroughs in your business. All right. And so, if you can see here, I know some of us here, you're not actually here live, but I do want to make sure mention this, is that I'm a big person on words, right? The power of word is very impactful. It can really drive a message, and we'll talk about that. But one of the quotes that I have on here is, "The only limitation that exists is the one we place on ourselves." And sometimes in business, sometimes in building our brand, our content creation plan, whatever it may be, we sometimes limit ourselves, right? And that's maybe what's holding you back, right? And so um, who is this for, right? Who's going to benefit from today? Who's going to get something out of this, right? And so really this presentation, this signature talk, is for business owners and content creators who are tired of doing, the same thing over and over again, creating the content, creating your offers, creating the back ends and stuff like that, but you're just not attracting the right audience. Like, you might be getting some attention, but when it comes down to sharing your offer, no one ever really bites, right? I have a couple images on here, and it's like the hamster wheel. If you feel like you're someone who in business, you're just in this hamster wheel, you're just doing, right? But you're tired of doing that, like you really want that result. This is going to really help you. I think this signature talk is going to help you become the person that can attract the right audience, right? And so by becoming the person, you're going to focus on the input that automatically gets the results, right? So how amazing would it feel, or how amazing would it be in business, right, to become the person, right? There's a difference between being a business coach and being the business coach, right? Regardless of what niche you're in, I want you to know that if you align yourself correctly and position yourself as the authority, I guarantee you that you're going to become this magnet that attracts people and repels those that you don't want. Right. So it's going to, this signature talk is going to help you break free from the old way into your new level of business. So, so who is Felipe, right? I think it is very important to just share a little bit about myself before I begin and share the insights that are going to help, you know, um, help help share with you the breakthroughs that you desire in business. Because I believe, as a business coach, you need to know who I am. Like, if I can't share with you who I am, then I don't deserve to serve you. I don't deserve to be your coach or your mentor, right? And so, who is Felipe Rangel, right? I'm a business coach, I'm a speaker and an author, but more importantly, I'm a son and a fiance, and coming soon, a husband. um, but yes, as a business coach, I help business owners remove limiting beliefs so that they can remove limiting beliefs that hold them back from increasing their performance, the proficiency, and their bottom line profits, right? I really go inside and help you remove any limitations, not only just in your mindset, but help provide you with the systems, right? The automation that you need to be able to scale your business, right? Sometimes some things that most people lack is having the clarity in their business. And so they don't know who they're serving, right? So before all this, right, being this business coach, this successful business coach, being someone who serves other businesses, content creators, and things like that, um, things weren't always great, right? And this is really just, sharing a deeper part of me. Growing up, I was raised by a single mother. She was born with cerebral palsy. And for those of you who have never heard of this, or what cerebral palsy is that it's essentially when you're born, your brain doesn't get enough oxygen, right? And the thing with that is, as you get older, there's this kind of domino effect, right? And so if you could just imagine, you're being raised, you have three other siblings, and you're being raised by a single mother, not only just a single mother, but someone who has cerebral palsy. Our upbringing was very unique compared to others. Now, within everything that we kind of went through, I felt deep down, and this was up until a couple of years ago, that I felt like I wasn't good enough, right? And really, as a business owner, regardless in what audience you serve, at a certain level, if you feel like you're not good enough, you're going to be holding yourself back from serving at your highest level, right? And so, I'm sharing this with you because, again, things weren't always great for me, but it wasn't until a couple years later that I realized there's so much inside of me, right? I was unaware of my inner gifts. I was unaware of the greatness that's inside of me. And as a business owner, I want you to realize that the truth is that you have a gift, right? If you're someone who's just getting started, right, I want you to know that you have a gift inside of you, and your gift helps save marriages, right? There's people out here who literally their marriages are crumbling because they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to have, maybe they don't know how to nurture their relationship, but because that there's certain things that you need in order to have a great marriage, you can provide that. But you have to be able to tap into your greatness, right? There's people out here who are having who have bad health, right? And literally people are dying because of this bad health, because either they don't know, or they don't know how to build the habits to improve their health. And your gift of having better health, building the habits, is going to save people's life. But you have to become aware of your gift, right? Something that I really want to mention is that, I really wasn't born into wealth, but wealth is going to come out of me, right? Growing up, we may not have had everything we desired or the things that we needed, but I am definitely going to provide for my family because now I am so aware of the greatness inside of me, of the gifts, of the talents that we have. And I want you, right? If you're just someone who's getting started, I want you to know that this same gift is inside of you. However, you decide to serve your gift to the world is really dependent on your opportunity. But nevertheless, I want you to know if you're a business owner who's established, who's looking to grow, I'm going to share with you insights as we get into this. But I really want to let you know that I am true in believing that I have to share with you who I am before I can serve you. Because if I can't, then I don't deserve that. Okay. So what are you going to learn today? Um, there's three key things that I really want to share with you all today. And the first one is this principle called "You are the one." It's a God principle. It's a universal principle that I think I in order for me to share with you um, how to become that authority that attracts audience, you first have to be able to accept this principle, right? The next I'm going to share with you insights on how to actually become that authority, right? I think it's one thing to know that you need to position yourself in that way, but actually doing it the correct way is key, right? And then lastly, I think as you position yourself and you start attracting more desired customers, people who are happy and ready to work with you, you have to understand sales, right? If you're looking to scale your business, right, from 6 figures to 7 figures, understanding sales is key, right? Knowing how to automate, knowing how to have your back end set up correctly is going to allow you to scale without becoming the like a slave to your business. All right. So you are the one. To start us off, I want to say this. You are the one, right? Within this God principle, I want to kind of create this picture for you, right? There are about 8 billion people in this world, right? And in this world, every person or most people have issues, they have problems. As I mentioned earlier, some people might be struggling with their marriage, some people might be having a hard time with their health. Some people struggle with building wealth, don't understand credit card debt, don't understand how to leverage their credit score, how to improve it to buy a home. And again, whoever you are, how you serve your audience, I want you to believe that you are the one, right? God created you in the image and likeness of Him. And as a result, you were put on here to be able to serve your people, right? You are put here on a purpose. And as you begin to walk in your purpose, you're going to be able to bring your gifts out, right? You're going to be able to bring your gifts out and help save marriages, help save lives. You're going to help people get their first time home, whatever it is, their second investment property, whatever niche you're in, you can do that. But you first have to accept that there's only one you. Literally, there's only one you. There's only one Felipe Rangel. There's only one Julian Smart Ripple. There's only one you. And so I want you, right, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this recording, I want you to say, right, and do this, like seriously, I am the one. I am the one. You have to really accept this. I am the one. I am the one. I am the business owner for the job. I am the man for the job. I am the woman for the job. I am the content creator for the job. I am the one. And before I go ahead and share with you again the insight, you have to go ahead and accept this responsibility and walk in your purpose. You really have to accept it and accept everything that comes with it, right? Because what they say is the more that is given, the more is required, right? And if you choose, right, if you choose to commit, and shout out to one of our VIP speakers, James Uplifting Edward. He literally talked about this yesterday about you have to, in order for you to become successful at the very beginning, you have to commit, right? You have to accept the responsibility, and you do that by building up your consistency, right? But you have to accept the responsibility. You have to commit. Okay. And so, one thing that I really want to hit on is that as you accept this responsibility and you say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I am it. I'm the one. I'm the man for the job. I'm the woman for the job. I'm the business owner. I'm going to do this. I am the only one who can serve my audience the only way. And that's the truth, right? Now, the thing is, the biggest roadblock you're going to face, most people think the reason why they're not where they want to be is because, I don't have the connections, I don't have the network, right? I don't have the funds to get to where I need to be. I don't have, the back end. I don't have my sales optimized. I don't have my operations team set up correctly. You can go on and explain different things. But I believe the biggest roadblock you will ever face is yourself, right? It is yourself. And I have an image here. I know some of us might not be able to see this, but I know here I have an image, and it's of a baby girl. She's just born with her mom, and an index card that says unlimited, right? Funny enough, when we're born, we are born on a blank slate, right? We have no idea what we can't do. All we know is what we want to do, right? We are unlimited. But as we get older and we go through life, right? Life, family, circumstances, situations, they start to put these ideas inside of us and they start to limit us. And so I want to share this because you might be like, well, Felipe, what does this even have to do with becoming the authority and attracting the audience? And I want you to know that this has everything to do with it. Because again, the biggest roadblock that you're facing right now, it probably isn't that you don't have a million followers, 1,000 followers, or you don't have the right setup or whatever it is. It's most likely you. And I know that might, you're probably, like, who's this guy telling me that right, I'm the problem, I'm the issue. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not that it's you, it's that the belief that you have about what you're missing that is causing you to not be successful is the issue. Okay, so that's something to really think about. And I want to share with you all, just to dive a little deeper into this, three things that I feel a lot of business owners and content creators struggle with, right? And some of them aren't even aware of this, right? And the first thing is if any of you have ever heard of this, it's called the top poppy syndrome, right? I don't know if any of you have ever heard that. Put it in the comments. So go ahead. If any of you have ever heard of the top poppy syndrome, let me know. Go ahead, put it in the comments. Okay, yeah, we got a couple people, right? And so for those who've never heard of the tall poppy syndrome, essentially, if you could just imagine a field of poppy, these are essentially like flowers, right? A field of poppies, poppy flowers, right? This is like an idea out from Australia and I think Switzerland where they grow. And essentially, the tall poppy syndrome is that when you, as a business owner, as a content creator, when you accept the responsibility of walking in your purpose, that, hey, you know what, I'm going to develop my gift and put it out into the world, what happens is a lot of people are going to envy you. A lot of people may, and I'll explain that in a bit, right? Some people are going to say things about you. Some people aren't going to believe in you. And some of those people are going to be your friends, your close circle, your family. And what happens is most people dim their light. Most business owners are afraid to stand up and stand out because they're afraid of what other people are going to say, right? I was actually just sharing this earlier today, is that I think the issue with most business owners is that they're afraid to stand up and stand out. They're afraid of what other people are going to say about them, of them wanting to stand up and really create the life that they desire, really serve their audience, right? Because a lot of people don't do that. And it kind of, when you start walking in your purpose, you start standing in your value, you realize that, well, if I can do it, why aren't other people doing it? Right now, not to get too deep into why they don't do it, it's just that I want you to understand that when that happens, realize that this has nothing to do with you. When people say certain things, or they try to impose their limiting beliefs on you, disregard all that. right? You are the one. As I mentioned, you are the one. But I want you to realize, because as a business coach and as someone who wants to set you up for success, I want you to be aware of what's going to happen in your journey, right? So that you don't get caught off guard. The next thing is called the gap, right? And by the way, let me, before I jump into this next point, is let me know if that makes sense. Like, go ahead and put in the comments. Let me know if uh, the fear of what other people might say, the fear of failure, the fear of not knowing can affect you, right? Has it impacted you, right? Whether it's in business or in personal life, right? This applies to everything. The next thing is this, the gap, right? This is something that I learned from one of my mentors, Amanda Moxley, and it's essentially that um, we are all exactly where we need to be, right? We are in life, in business, in our brand journey, whatever you want to call it, we are exactly where we need to be. Now, most people and most business owners make this mistake, is that you define success in a way that requires you to compare where you are with where you want to be. And something to think about is that when you compare yourself with where you are with where you want to be, there will always be this gap. This gap, if you don't become aware of this, it's going to create a feeling of how can I explain? It's going to create this void inside of you as if you will never be enough. As I mentioned earlier, I growing up my entire life, I felt like I was never enough. I felt like I wasn't good enough, right? But rather than focusing on where you are with, and again, there's nothing wrong with seeing where you are and where you want to be, but the importance to this is that always um, tracking your success based on that is what's going to hold you back, right? And so what you want to do is instead, rather than looking at where you are right now with comparing it to where you want to be, look at where you started and where you are today. And I guarantee you that's going to empower you even more to keep going, right? And so if I was to give you that example, I would literally tell you, man, I am so grateful to be where I am. Like, um, this is just a quick little side note, is that coming into 2023, I set the intention to connect with other and collaborate with other business owners, right? And I was able to connect with Julian Smart Ripple, our co-host of this event, right? The Prosperity Jewel Summit. And we are here now live in person in Consumel, Mexico, right? But understand that growing up, there was no proof, there was no sign that I was going to be that I'd be here, that I'd be here right now serving other business owners, right? And so sometimes you can't allow your current circumstances dictate with you can't allow your circumstances dictate where you're heading, right? And that's a whole different thing. I don't want to get too deep into, but I hope that that helps, right? Some of us are actually using the gap to hold yourself back. And some people don't even know that, right? And the last thing is this, and I know this might really hit you hard because it did for me a couple years ago. And it's your ego. The biggest roadblock you will face is yourself. And a person's ego, whether you want to agree with it or not, or some of you, your face might be kind of torsing, or you might be making that face hearing this, because again, surely did I, is your ego will always want to be right. And sometimes, as a business owner, as a content creator, you have to walk in humility and ask for help, right? Again, I don't pretend to I don't pretend to know everything. I really don't. I know what I know, and that's my expertise. The good thing is that when you break away from the limitations of your ego, you can expand. You can say, you know what, I don't understand this thing, but I'm willing to learn, or I'm willing to partner with someone who's a master at this. And that's going to help you speed up the process of getting to where you want to be. It's going to help you meet your milestones yearly, quarterly, faster and faster. So if I was to share any, if there's anything that you get out of today, it would be this: don't allow yourself to hold you back anymore. Don't allow the tall poppy syndrome to keep you from tapping into your gifts and sharing it with the world. Don't allow the gap to make you think that you're not good enough or that you're not where you need to be because of X, Y, and Z, right? Don't allow your ego from asking for help and walking in humility, because again, those things are what's going to keep you back from serving your audience. Let me know if that was helpful. Like seriously, let me know. Let me know, because again, I'm about to get into the meat and potatoes. I'm going to share with you all insights that are literally going to help unlock your highest potential, your highest impact. Right? I'm going to provide you with the insights on how to become the authority so that you can attract the audience. All right. So let me know if that was helpful. All right. Um, but before I do this, and I really want to share with you all some key insights that I've used to help attract business owners. And it's not even just attracting your audience, but attracting other like minded business owners, right? How impactful would it be for you, right, to position yourself in a way that attracts other business owners that want to work with you, right? How impactful would it be if you partnered up with someone and you increase your reach by bringing two groups together, right? Three groups, a team, right? And so, what I want to share with you all now is, and please let me know if this is okay. I really want to know: is it okay if I share with you all a principle? It's called the success formula. It is a bona fide, time and tested success formula that if you apply it in business, in your content creation journey, in your brand development, if you use this success formula in your personal life to improve your health, wealth, relationships, I guarantee you that you will get what you desire. Is it okay if I share that? If it is, I want you to go ahead and put in the chat. I want you to put success in the chat. If it's okay with you all, if I can go ahead and share with you all the success formula that I implement in my business, go ahead and put the word success in the chat. Okay, y'all really do want to say. I love it. I love it. And I love the energy because again, energy is energy is excuse me, emotions, right? The feeling is energy in motion, right? And for you all to put that in the chat and really show your interest is going to help you receive this even more. Okay. But okay, so the success formula is this. It is simple, right? I in business as a business coach, I operate from a place of simplicity. There's nothing that we share with our clients, our customers, or business partners that is complicated. We don't try to make things complex because we know that the enemy of execution is complexity, right? And so the success formula is this. It's simple. It is be, do, have, right? And to kind of break this down even a little bit more for you to understand is that have refers to the property, to the things, your desires, your goals, right? So a lot of us here who are watching this live or the recording, whatever it is, you have your goals for your business. You have your goals for your health, for building wealth. You have your goals for your marriage, your relationship. You have your goals for your branding, your branding. You have goals for your content creation and so on and so forth. Right? You have your goals. That's it. Now, in order to achieve those goals, you have to be able and willing to do the thing that gets you those results. Does that make sense? Right? Does that make sense? Right? In order for me to get what I want, I need to be able and willing to do the things that get me those things. Simple, right? I'm sure everyone does that make sense? Let me know if that's confusing, right? Now, I think the biggest mistake people make, and again, I think a lot of people are able to take action, right? I think a lot of business owners take the action to put out the content, they put out the offers, they say, hey, buy my ebook, do this, do that, right? But I think the mistake that most people make, and be honest with yourself. If this is you, be honest, accept it, and say, okay, what do I got to do now next? Right? It's most people don't become the person that can do the things, right? Let's say you're a six-figure business and you're trying to scale to a seven-figure business. Your beingness, your thinking, the actions that you take on a daily basis, the things that you track, your KPIs as a six-figure business owner versus a seven-figure business owner are completely different. And so you might be, as a business owner, you might be doing, but you're only doing the things that get you a six-figure business, a right. And so if you're looking to scale, if and even if you're just starting off, you have to realize that you have to become the person, the business owner that can steward a six-figure business, a seven-figure business, right? Whatever it is, you have to become it. Because if you don't become it, you won't be able to do the things that you desire, right? You won't be able to do the things that are required to get the stuff. Okay? Give me a quick moment. Hola. Sí, 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 voy a platicar, pero sí puede pasar. Sí. All right. Excuse me, y'all. Let me get a little water real quick. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, right? You're having refers to the things that you desire, your goals, right? Your doing refers to the action that you need to take, be able and willing to take to get the stuff that you desire. Your being refers to your identity. So who do you say you are? Right? This is something that I actually talked about, I think like a couple weeks ago within our mastery program. Is that who do you say you are? Right? Who do you say you are? Do you say you are the one? Do you say you are the one who can steward a six-figure business, a seven-figure business? Do you say you are the one who is here to serve your people? Do you say you are the one? Or do you say, I'm not the one? Do you not believe in that? Do you not, right, embody that identity? Because if you don't, I guarantee you that regardless of what I teach you next, I can go ahead and teach you the tactics. I can teach you the systems that you need to scale your business. But if you aren't able to embody that identity, there's nothing that I or anyone can do for you, right? And so I want to just add this here, this last part is that a lot of people think it takes a long time to build a successful business, right? What I believe is, and this is maybe something for you to think about, is that it doesn't take a long time to build a successful business. It just takes time to become the person, right? Because once you become the person, you're going to have the awareness of the things that you need to do, the KPIs that you need to track, and then the systems, right? The back end, the people that you need to put in place, and then everything just becomes a orchestrated system, an orchestrated team, and that's it, right? So it doesn't take a long time to build a successful business. It just takes time to become the person. Oh baby, yeah. I really hope that hits someone. I really hope that hits someone, and uh, it helps you take action, right? My goal today is really help you take the action that you need to take in order to help you get the breakthroughs that you need in your business. All right. So one thing that I want to do, going to the next slide, is that I think and this is really kind of getting into the meat and the potatoes, is that I think when it comes to becoming the authority and attracting your audience, what happens is, and I think a lot of people have confusion on this, is that you already are attracting people. Like you are this magnet. If you could just imagine you are a magnet and you're attracting people, you're attracting situations, you're attracting things into your life. Now, the thing is, you might be attracting the wrong stuff, right? Let me raise your hand. Let me know if that's true, right? I used to attract the wrong things into my life, and what happens is when you attract the wrong people, the wrong clients, right? You attract situations in your life that aren't what you desire. That just creates frustration, and what that calls for, and I think this is what most people, right? If you act on this, I guarantee you that your growth in business, again in your content creation, you'll grow exponentially, right? And you just need clarity. That's it. You need clarity, right? And so I want to go ahead and share something with y'all. I know we won't really dive deep into this because I want to be mindful of our time. By the way, King, let me know the time and stuff if I'm running a little short and stuff. But essentially, it's this. I'm For those of you who are watching this live, I will go ahead and do a VIP section for you all. If you're watching the recording, you can just pause this and then you can do this at home. However, you go ahead and. But within this activity, call it the clarity. Essentially getting clarity is what it is. And as I established, we are all a magnet. We are attracting people into our lives, clients, customers, right? But sometimes we're not attracting the right clients, the ones who are happy and ready to buy from us, the ones who are committed. And so, what I want you to do, if you have a piece of paper, take it out, draw out T graph, right? On the left side, I want you to put who my desired customer is not, and then on the right side, you're going to put who my desired customer is, right? Because when you have clarity, you know who you're trying to attract and who you're trying to repel. And if you could just picture this, right? I don't know if any of you have ever worked with like magnets, but if you put them together, right, the correct way, the right the the align them correctly, you're gonna attract them, right? They want to be together, right? You're gonna attract the right clients, the right customers. But when you flip it, right? If you flip the magnets the opposite ways, they repel each other, right? I don't know if anyone has right. I don't know if anyone has ever seen that. But when you get two magnets, they can attract this way, but if you flip it, they repel. And so, what might be happening in your business, what might be happening that's causing you to attract the wrong audience, is that you're literally you're repelling the audience that you need, and you're attracting the wrong audience. And so I want you to go ahead and do that. Give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I'm gonna give you a quick example of mine, right? My dream customer or my ideal client is not indecisive. My ideal client is not does not appreciate themselves, right? uh, they lack self-worth, they have a scarcity mindset, they're uncertain, they're not committed. So those traits are people who are not my um, the ideal client. Now I do want to share this. My ideal client is this. My ideal client is happy and ready to pay for my services. They are happy and ready, right? How many of you have attracted people that they just ain't ready? They don't want to. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. Once you become aware of it, you see, okay, this is where I'm going wrong. And again, I'm gonna share with y'all exactly how to change your messaging to help you attract the right audience, right? Become the authority, attract the right audience, right? My ideal client pays on time happily. They participate and they take massive action, right? How many have ever attracted clients that, they get the offer, right? Your service, your one-on-ones or whatever it may be, but they don't go ahead and take action. They just try to consume information, but they never do anything with it, right? My ideal client takes massive actions. They're all in. They're loving and giving, and they're fully committed. So if you go ahead and do that yourself, I invite you, take 5 to 10 minutes, do this after, pause the video, whatever it is that you have to do. I invite you to do this. Now you might be thinking this activity is so easy to do. The thing is, the things that are so easy to do are also so easy to not to do. And in business, you have to take action on information. Taking the time to really get that clarity is going to help you, right? Because again, as I mentioned, I can share with you the tactics, the back end, the strategies, but if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't actually have the clarity, you will have the systems in place, but you're going to continuously attract the wrong people. So when you get frustrated, weeks from now after watching this or whatever it may be, you're just holding yourself back. So there's a process to this, and hopefully you kind of see how I'm taking this signature talk, right? First, you have to accept and walk in your purpose. Then you have to stop doing certain things. Now let's focus on the clarity. Who am I attracting? Right? Who do I want to repel? Right? And so I want to ask you all, and it's just for you to go ahead and put in the chat. I kind of want to see this. Is who are you serving? Right? If you can go ahead and just put this, just throw some thoughts in there. Who are you serving? Who are you not serving? Right? think of traits or characteristics of your ideal client. Who are they? Are they business owners? Are they single moms? Are they, depending on your niche, right? Whether it's in health, wealth, or relationships, do you serve, women who are in the health space? Are you serving women who just gave birth and you're trying to help them to lose, I think what they call the mommy fat, right? Are you helping them do that? And becoming clear on who you serve, right? Rather than saying I help people lose weight, you can really niche down and focus on women who have just given birth who want to lose that mommy fat, right? If you're in the wealth in the wealth space, right? Because there's really only three niches, right? It has to do with health, it has to do with the wealth, and wealth can be about real estate, it can be about improving your credit, buying a home, it could be about investing in index funds, it could be about anything really regarding wealth, right? Relationships has to do with the connection within yourself and family, your marriage, partners, things like that, right? So, what niche are you in? Right. So to help you gain that clarity, what niche are you in? Are you, is your offer, your solution in the health niche? Is it in the wealth space, or is it in helping with relationships? Right. And as you get that clarity, it's gonna help you attract the right audience, right? And repel the wrong customers. Alrighty. Let me know if that was good. Let me know. I can, because again, I want to make sure I'm serving you at the highest level, right? I want to go ahead and make sure that we are hitting every different point that's going to come across when you leave today, right? I want to make sure that that is very useful to you, right? And so, moving forward in becoming an authority, I want you to realize, if you haven't already, is that your messaging is magnetic, right? I want you to go ahead and say that. My messaging is magnetic. My messaging is magnetic, right? My messaging is magnetic. Now, as I mentioned with that example about the magnet, right? You are always attracting people. When you go ahead and post a video, or you create content and you add words, you add that message, you are attracting people, right? Let's say, as an example, I this is just a power bank. Let's say I did a video, a content shoot or something, and I said, hey, what's up everyone, my name is Felipe, da 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 da, I'm a part of this business, this is what we do. By you saying that, you're already filtering out people who don't resonate with what you say. So your messaging is magnetic. When you say, hey, everyone, or when you say, hey, everyone, you're referring to everyone in the world, right? But when you say, hey, what's up, business owner and content creators, you're only referring to business owners and content creators, right? People who see themselves as a business owner or as a content creator at a spiritual level will hear that. And I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but when you're on social media or you're online, or you're driving and you see a message, um, spiritual, you just pick up on those things because that's what you identify with. And so I'm sharing this with you because I'm trying to lead into this. Um, I want you to think about, with your messaging, because of your messaging, are you just attracting the wrong audience because of your messaging, right? Think about this, and you can be honest with you, like be honest with yourself. I invite you to, right? In the last couple of posts that you've done, whether it's a video or however you decide to do it, what words did you use? Were you very specific or were you broad? Were you saying, I'm speaking to my audience, right? Again, now thinking about that clarity activity, who is it that you're attracting? Who are you serving, right? And so I want to share with you all 5 messaging transformation tips that I believe, if you implement, I guarantee you that if you implement these, it'll take your business, your influence, your impact, and income to the next level. Okay. The first is this. I think a lot of business owners and content creators, when they speak, and again, this is, I think, the issue, right? They speak about their product. Hey, I have this product. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, business owner. Hey, whatever. I have this product. Go ahead and buy it. I'm selling it today. Here's the discount. Whatever it is, right? That they have. That's their message. But what you have to realize, you have to step back and take this understanding is that in order to get someone's attention, I invite you to think about this, and it is you have to speak to their pain. Um, Business owners, content creators, consumers, depending on who you serve, they are in this pain, and not when I say pain, it's not like bodily pain. They're not hurting. Now, some may be right, depending on what niche or how you serve your audience. But some people, might be struggling with their marriage, right? And they're not really in physical pain, right? But they feel a certain way, right? They're staying up at night because they can't figure out how to solve their issue. And the thing with this is when you speak to their pain, you and by the way, it's not just speak to their pain, but when you can describe to them what they're going through, just the way they believe it is happening, you instantly become an expert in their mind. You instantly become the authority in their mind. So you have to think about, am I speaking to their pain? Am I able to explain to them what they're already thinking in their mind? Because just imagine and do this on yourself. Test, like, I guess, test it on yourself. Is like, let's say, you had this stomach pain, right? I think I was talking to a client of mine and I was explaining this to them, is that let's say you had a stomach pain, right? Your stomach has been hurting for a whole month, and then that month turned into a year, and it's been going on for years. Let's just say, right? Um, and let's say you were just on social media, you were taking the bus, or you were just driving and you saw this sign, this ad, this message, and it said, hey, are you tired of being bloated after every time you eat? And literally that's the same thing that you go through every single day after you eat. You would listen. You were like, well, what do they have to say, right? And then they go on to say, hey, has this been happening on for years and years, but you just haven't figured out a solution? Instantly they would say, in their mind, yeah, like, how did you know, right? And then you say, oh, okay, if that's you, excuse me. And then, right, you catch them first by sharing that, and then you go ahead and say, oh, well, let me go ahead and share with you, my name is this. The reason why I know this is because I went through the exact same thing you did, right? I understand what it feels like to stay up at night because you feel bloated. And again, whatever your solution is, if you can position it that way and you explain to them what they're already thinking in their mind, it's going to automatically position you as the authority in their mind, right? And to the next point, it's this: people are always looking for validation. People are always, right? This is a given, this is universal in business, in life. People are always looking for validation, right? If you've ever watched a movie, if you if you've ever watched a movie, if you ever talked to someone recently, or with election time, or things like that, you're listening to the radio, someone is saying something that you at a certain level already believe in, regardless of what it is. If they're talking about it and it validates what you already believe, you say, huh, that's right, man, this person knows what they're talking about. Whether it's true or not, they are always looking for validation. And so if you become clear, and this is why I'm talking about there's a kind of a process to this, right? I think so many people get caught up with the systems, the back end, and so on and so forth. But if you lack the clarity, regardless of what you share, you're still attracting the wrong people, right? And so if you utilize under that principle right there, people are always looking for validation. I guarantee you, your lead generation is going to increase. The amount of impact and influence you're going to have is going to increase, right? The income in your business is going to go ahead and increase. You're going to be able to grow your audience, your community, right? The next thing is this, and I think this might hit some people. Some people ain't gonna like this, but again, as a coach, if you accept me as this mentor, as I said at the very beginning, I want to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, right? And the thing is this: your messaging is magnetic, right? And you are always attracting people, situations, customers, clients into your business, into your life, right? You need to stop saying broke people stories. You need to stop saying broken people stories if you no longer want to attract broke or broken people, right? The thing is this, and again, this might depending on who you serve, take this as a grain of salt, right? If you're looking to attract people who are not broke, then you have to stop saying broke people stories. If you're looking to attract uh, uh, people who are committed, who are willing to take massive action, you can no longer say broken people stories, right? Depending on your niche, however you present your messaging, if you use stories, right? Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is this, and I want to share with you all that growing up, I was raised by a single mom, and it was hard, and you know what? I just struggled. If you leave it at that, you're going to attract broken people. But if you say, hey, you know what? Regardless, if you switch that and you say, hey, but despite the things that I went through, I was able to overcome them. And I'm actually beyond grateful that that happened, because you know what? I'm exactly who I am because of those situations. If you add that kind of addition to that story, you take what you went through and stop attracting broken people. You stop attracting broke people. Now, again, whoever you serve, realize that if you're trying to attract people who are happy and ready to buy from you, you have to stop saying broke people story. You have to stop saying broke in people stories. All right. And so let me know. I want to stop real quick. Let me know if that's resonating with you. If that's actually, hitting, speaking to your heart, right? Because again, you might be having that frustration. You might be missing the mark. You might be having poor results because of this. Your messaging is magnetic, but you have to realize what you're saying is attracting people your way, right? You just might be saying the wrong things that are attracting the wrong people, right? Let me know if that was helpful. The next point that I want to share with you is take people on a journey. This is something that I've talked about in some of our workshops that we hosted for our clients, things like that. If you could just imagine, if you could just picture this, right? There's this mountain, right? Like a mountain, like it's like this, right? And on the hill or this mountain, you are at the very top. You're at the top because you are the expert. You've overcome something. You have a solution. You did this thing. Now, your audience is not up there with you, right? Your audience is at the bottom of the hill. It's at the bottom of um, the mountain, right? Per se. Regardless of what niche you're in, regardless of what your business is called, what it is, all that stuff, whether it's a one-on-one coaching, product, service, ebook, anything like that, you are in the business of transformation. You are essentially helping your audience who's at the bottom to get to where you are, right? And if it means to help them go from the bottom to maybe just take one step forward, or walk up a mile, or whatever it is, metaphorically speaking, that is your job. Now, the way you do that is through your products, it's through your service, it's through your wisdom, your knowledge of improving your health, improving your marriage, improving um, systems in business, right? How to systemize your business, how to automate without X, Y, or Z, how to attract the right audience without this. You have to be able to take people on a journey. And the thing is, in order to do that, you can't just stay at the level where you are at the top of the mountain. You have to be able to come down and walk with your people, speak the language that they're speaking. As I said, people are always looking for validation, right? And sometimes, let's say you're trying to help someone, take these next steps. If you're just saying, hey, I did it, you can do it, da 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 da, some people don't even believe that they can do it. So if you come down and explain to them, you know what, I understand what it feels like to doubt yourself. I understand what it feels like to lack self-confidence, because growing up, I didn't have a father to raise us, right? I didn't have a father figure, and so I felt like I was never good enough, right? And as you share that, people, again, you're resonating with it. Your messaging is resonating with people, and so if you can share that with them, you can take them on a journey. You can take people on a journey, right? And so the last thing I want to share, at least, and again, these are with the 5 messaging transformation tips, is that you never want to say a point without a story. And you never want to say a story without a point. This is really just about, communicating a message correctly, right? You don't want to just, again, however you decide to create your content, whether it's a static image or a static post, or if it's a video, or, again, however you decide to do a short form, long form, you never want to say a point without a story, right? You never want to just say, and again, this is if you want to transform your messaging, if you want to become the authority and attract your desired audience, you never want to say a point without a story, or a story without a point, because this is what you can do. And this is really transforming the way you communicate, is that rather than saying, hey, you are the one, you are great, you can do this, you can say this. Uh, you are the one, you can do this, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is, again, you share that story of, because growing up, I was raised X, Y, and Z, or hey, a couple years ago, you can improve your health within the next 30 days. And I know you probably don't believe it, because you've tried every single year during New Year's to do it over and over again. You start and then you stop, and then you wait another 12 months, and then start and then stop, right? I understand what you're going through. Realize that I had the same situation, but I believe that you can do it, because with my proven system, I was able to lose X amount of weight. I was able to do this. I was able to do that, right? If you can create if you're able to share a point with the story, I guarantee you people are going to receive the information more. All right. I hope this has been very helpful. I do want to finish now. I am going to share with y'all the next point that I want to share with y'all today is understanding sales simplified, right? But let me know if so far this has been helpful. Like, I really want to know, has this been helpful? What's your key takeaway so far, right? What's something that you're going to implement after this, right? So sales is simplified, right? We within today, we've talked about you are the one. And again, for anyone who's in business, who's a content creator, business owner, you have to walk in your purpose. You have to accept the responsibilities that come with walking in your purpose, and creating your messaging, improving yourself, putting the systems in place to help you get to where you want to be, right? Now, let's say you're attracting people, you're getting traction, right? How are you going to then make sure that you get paid? Because at the end of the day, this is a business, right? And in business, you're looking to make your profit. You have to profit, or else there's no way, right? And essentially, sales are critical to growing your business, right? I want to say this real fast. And I think some people need to hear this, is that making money is easy, right? Making money is easy. Making money is easy. Now, I know some of you might already be thinking, man, what are you talking about? And again, this is based on your experiences growing up in life, in work, whatever, right? Making money is easy, right? And I'm going to explain why. Sales has nothing to do with your work, right? I think a lot of people sometimes, oh, well, you know what? I'm fine where I want to be. I'm this. Oh, I don't need that. Realize that money has nothing to do with your work. You are worthy of all good things in this world. You are a worthy human being, right? You have greatness inside of you, regardless of the sales, right? Sales is just a part of the process to share, like, it's the transaction of helping the transaction that leads to the transformation of your client, right? I think a lot of people operate out of the this misunderstanding that, I don't want to charge people for my solution. Now, I want you to realize that that can be very tragic. That can be um, that can hold you back. That can hold your business back, because the value that is not valued is not valuable, right? And I'm gonna say that again. Value that is not valued is not valuable. And so people who don't pay, most of the time, don't pay attention. And so you can go ahead and say, as a business owner, I have the solution and I want to just give, and here's the solution, here's the ebook, here's this. Go ahead. most people who get things for free don't do anything with it, right? The information is out there, right? Most people could probably improve their health by going and watching certain videos and things like that, but they don't, right? People can improve their credit and learn some things on their own, but they don't. By increasing your prices, people are automatically going to pay attention when they receive it, right? Because think about it like this: if I bought a one-on-one with you, if I purchased, your hour or a service of yours, product, and you give it to me for free, versus I paid $1,000 or I paid 10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000, I guarantee you that the people who paid would implement your systems. People will implement the systems that you shared with them, the insights, because they paid, because they spiritually, mentally, when you pay, they've created this decision in their mind that whatever you share with me, I'm going to use it, I'm going to implement it, right? And so I want to share with you all 5 reasons why people buy, right? Oh, excuse me, the 3 reasons people buy, right? And
Not to cut you off, King. You got about 30 seconds just to get ready to close out before Q&A. We got some questions coming in for Q&A.
oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, all right. For the VIP, we'll extend it, King, and then we'll just finish off here, and then we'll do the Q&A. All right. So bringing it back, and I'm just going to give those to y'all because I think this is super valuable. Having the right mindset about sales, right? Sales is simple. When you're attracting the right audience, right? You've committed, you're walking in your purpose, you're attracting your right audience, you have the clarity, you're using your messaging to be magnetic, and you use the 5 tips, the transformation messaging tips, right? You're getting your audience. The 3 reasons people buy are this: they desire to buy, they are done dealing with their pain, and they value your transformation more than the money that they have. The question I want you to think about is, how can you create an environment, a buying environment, where people feel that they feel the desire to buy, they feel that they need your solution? How can you create an environment that causes them to feel a certain way, right? Think of it like this: that saying of, you can't make a horse drink water, but you can walk them to the river, or something like that. How can, rather than forcing a horse to walk to the river, how can you cause the horse to become thirsty? How can you cause your audience to desire your product, your offer, your service, how can you create the messaging that causes them to become thirsty, the desire to have your solution, right? And if you figure that out, I guarantee you, if you implement this, and you master this, I guarantee you, sales are gonna come like this. Money is gonna come to you like that. Okay. So King, if you want, we can leave it there. For the VIP, I can extend this, and then we can take Q&A.
Absolutely. Hey, you were going in, bro. I was about to let you go ahead, give them that high level conversation on sales, but they definitely gotta pay. They gotta pay for the VIP experience for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who were listening to my co-host and co-founder Felipe Rangel, he was discussing high-level, in-depth conversation and information on becoming the authority and attracting the audience. And so we're going to go ahead and get ready to Q&A for our guests that are watching us via live stream with our webinar sessions for today, and then also in person, and even some of our wisdom audience. But I know, Felipe, they had a question that came in on wisdom. And wisdom audience, you can feel free to come on to the live broadcast if you have a question for Felipe. But on wisdom, they asked earlier, King, they said, how long should it take to build a successful business? So I guess for people who are just starting, who don't have a successful business yet, where they can leave their 9 to 5, or even one that I guess has aspirations to start a business. Like, what's your thoughts on the timeline? Should there be a timeline?
Yeah. And let me go ahead and answer this by asking the question. And again, hopefully I'm understanding this correctly. But let me go ahead and answer this by asking the question that they should have asked, right? Because I see the question is how long should it take to build a successful business? And I think the question they should have asked, how long does it take to become that person, right? Because I think in terms of building a successful business, it can happen like this, right? You just have to become that person that can do the things that are required to get the results. Now, in terms of the results, I figure, like how long does it take for them to build, X amount of income, right? I think that just depends on what you desire. Like I don't know, um, if you're looking to build a five-figure business, five-figure month business, six-figure yearly business, seven-figure yearly business, right? Whatever that goal is, it's up to you. But I think, you know, it can happen within a year. You just have, I mean, it can even be shorter. It just, and it can take longer. Like, right. The thing is, I don't think there's a timeline of how long it should take to build a successful business because if you become that person, you're going to attract business owners that can partner with you to attract even a bigger audience, right? If you have a product or a service that solves one of my coaches, Amanda Mockley says, a uh, plane crashing problem, if you can create that solution for your audience, people are gonna buy, right? And again, people think that sales are hard, but it's actually simple. You just all you're doing is implementing this step in the transformation process, right? That you're attracting your audience, right? There's that transaction, right? They're giving you appreciation of cash, right, or money, and then you're providing them with the solution, right? So I would say, well, let me leave it there. I don't want to. Let me know, King, if that answers it. I want to make sure I got it, but yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a great approach to let people know that they need to know like what is their end goal. We said yesterday, they have to have an end goal to at least know what benchmarks they want to set up for success, KPI analytics, like where are they trying to take the business in this amount of time. So no, I think that
yeah.
was a great answer. We're gonna go rapid fire with these last two because I know we got our next session coming up. But
Hmm.
another question that came from our virtual audience was how much do you need to invest in mentorship or coaches or coaching? So, like for uh, those coaches that charge 2,500, 5,000 for, um, let's say, a 10-week course or things of that nature, for people who are looking to invest in a coach or a mentor, like what are your thoughts on how much should you invest?
Yeah. I mean, um, I would say invest whatever it takes. Now, again, wherever you are in your journey, right, you can determine if you're able to, find funding, things like that. Um, I've invested over 20 plus thousand, right, in business coaching, systems, strategies, so on and so forth, like all these things, right? And the thing about investing is what, and this is something that we talked about with one of our VIP speakers yesterday, is that a lot of people operate from a certain mindset that they focus so much on the cash, on the money, that they don't want to pay someone for their value, their mindset, their wisdom. But if you think about it like this, it's going to take you X amount of days, weeks, months, years to get to where you want to be, right? But if you pay a mentor or a coach uh, thousands of dollars, hundreds of $1,000, a couple hundred, whatever it is, if it's an ebook, a one-on-one, a coaching, whatever it is, you're going to literally get the information to help you get from here to where you want to be, like that. So you don't have to wait a whole year, couple years trying to figure out what the steps are. So in terms of how much do you need to invest in mentorship, I would say find a mentor or a coach who is doing what you want to do, get an ebook from them, try to set up a short, discovery call or something to see if they're really about what they do, and then go from there, right? You essentially, I think mentorship is very key because it's going to allow you to avoid all the hurdles, obstacles that they went through, right? That are in your journey. So by paying them, you're streamlining your process to get where you want to be. So in terms of how much you need to invest, it's up to you where you want to be.
Man, I love that, King. That's definitely a good segue as we get ready to transition. How can people, if they don't know already, how can they stay in contact with you after today, King, before we get ready to close?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you want, I don't know if you can put it up, King, just so they see. If you want, you can find me on social media. Follow me. We share free value add content there about business coaching, how to create the right messaging. Things. You can go ahead and get that. That's $3.99. But if you are looking to go ahead and work with us, you can go ahead and reach out to support@weareprosperity.org, or follow us on Instagram again on here at underscore Rangel, Rangel.Felipe. Um, Go ahead and let me know that you just came from this signature talk, and then we'll go ahead and work with you. I can go ahead and share the details. We'll have one of our team members share with you what we offer. But yeah, if you do want to connect, follow me on social media. We are planning to do some bigger and better things within the coming months. But yeah, let's connect.
Absolutely, King. I'm gonna go ahead and let you drop, bro, so we can get ready for our second workshop, and I'm gonna close off the episode for our first session for today. But thank you so much, King, for starting off day two on a upward momentum, and we'll definitely be having people reach out to you for your services and also for linking up with the VIP full in-depth presentation for
Yeah,
those
yeah, and
VIP
I'm telling y'all,
guests.
if you're, I know some of us got in the general, right? If you still have time to get the VIP offer, right? Realize that, and again, what I was about to share with you, if this is something that speaks to you, is that I was actually about to share, as I mentioned, the messaging, you're attracting your audience. If you're looking to attract premium clients, your messaging has to change. And so if you're someone who, and I was about to go deep into this, if you want to learn how to attract premium buyers, your messaging has to change, right? And so if you're having a struggle attracting a premium buyer, then make sure you join our VIP session.
Hey, they better stop playing with it, bro. You know how we said they better get on it early, otherwise they're gonna miss out. Like we here in Cozumel, y'all see the palm trees behind me. But
Yeah.
y'all stay tuned. We got session two coming up with Ashley Ortiz. I know Felipe and myself are gonna get ready to head over into the next studio, and so I appreciate you, King, and we'll see you in the next studio for session two. All right, y'all. I'm gonna just sum up today's first session with our very special VIP prosperity jewel speaker, keynote speaker, Felipe Rangel. You just heard from him dropping a ton of jewels on becoming the authority and attracting the audience. Just some of my key takeaways that I received from Felipe's presentation this morning is that you have to decide, what do you want to specialize in? What are people going to know that Julian, that Felipe, that whatever your name is inserted into the blank, like what are they specialized in? We all will pay for doctors that are specialists in their own right. We all will pay for plumbers. For those of us who own homes, you know how significant the plumber's role is. We'll pay for electricians, which are definitely invaluable when it comes to home and also the foundation of building homes up. You pay for contractors, and so what are you going to get paid for? Specialize in that one talent, that one trade, that one industry, and then see how your business and also your audience, your clients begin to take off. because you're not a jack of all trades. You're a specialist. You're specialized in one, no more than two areas. And so stay connected with myself and Felipe. You can definitely stay connected with myself at KINJEWELZ Speaks. That's King Jules Speaks on IG and also on Facebook. And then you could also stay connected with my business, Smart Jewels Enterprises, at Smart JEWELZ Enterprises on Facebook or on IG. And as you heard Felipe, you can stay connected with my co-host and co-founder Felipe Ronhel at underscore RANGEL dot Felipe FELIPE on IG. And then you could check out some of our travel tours that we have coming for the rest of this fall in 2024, the top of 2024 at Smart Travel Jewels, JEWELZ.com. This is one of our annual summits that we are hosting with our organization, Smart Travel Jewels Tours. And so, if you want to travel with us and build with us and even network with like minded content creators, entrepreneurs, and influencers that are, again, millennials, Gen Zers, or just people who are digital nomads and are wanting to, again, travel, build, and stream and shoot content in international countries, islands, beach resorts, cruises, you name it. We do have it coming down the pipeline next year. So stay connected with us and sign up for our newsletter at smarttraveljewels.com. So we'll see you all when we go live for session 2 of day 2 of our Prosperity Jewel Summit. King Jules, Julian Smartrimple is signing off, you all. Y'all stay tuned, and if you want to see all of the replays and listen to all the in-depth Q&A discussions from our speakers from day 1 or even throughout day 2, go to our website, smarttraveljewels.com, to sign up for the virtual summit registration, VIP, or general registration, and you'll have access to all the bonus offers, all the resources, and also the replay option. So stay tuned, you all. Thank you, Wisdom online webinar audience, and also our live audience for tuning in. We are signing out from Secrets Aura Kazi Mel, day 2, session 1. Peace.